Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic slash non-classic. This is episode number 394 and Doubleshot number 317. Okay, two Marvel trades. First up, it's Guardians of the Galaxy, the New Guard Volume 1, Emperor Quill, which collects the first 5 issues of the previous volume of Guardians of the Galaxy, because the book just got relaunched last month after 19. This volume got relaunched in 19 issues, because that's when Bendis ended his run. Yeah. Now, some of you noticed in the previous volume, there's a few new changes to the group. Well, Venom was already part of the group. Kitty probably joined the end of the previous volume, but they added the Thing, who was part of this group up until toward the end. Now he's currently a supporting character in the infamous Iron Man series. Yeah. This kind of continues like 8 months later. Now, as far as I can tell, Kitty and Peter are still engaged, as according to this, but at this point, currently, they're not engaged at all. There's no explained reason why they broke up. They just did. It just never. It's like Marvel never bothered to explain why they decided to end their engagement. Especially since Bendis spent so much time. Bendis and Sam Heffrey spent so much time developing this relationship, and nobody bothered to do. I was hoping for a wedding issue, but apparently no one wants to do much of a wedding issue anymore. I think the last one that ever happened in Marvel was when Deadpool got married. And that was, top of my head, I think that was about 3 years ago. Yeah, it's been 3 years since the last wedding at Marvel. And I keep thinking, though, when are they going to have another wedding again? That would be something. Yeah. But basically, of course, there's this guy in here, the Yata the Destroyer of Destroyers. Yeah, he's actually a character Bendis brought over from Guardians of Nowhere. Excuse me. Yeah. Excuse me. Which I should point out, though, something about that. At least unlike Dan Slott, who when he brought Regent over from Renew Your Vows, Dan Slott said in that storyline for a long time, Regent's there, don't do anything with him until like issue 12 for some stupid reason. I have no idea why Slott did that for. Bendis used him right away with issue 3. Bam! There he is. 3 issues in, and he's actually used, though he's defeated about a few issues in. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, and also, there's a return of a few old characters associated with the Dan Abbott Andy Lenny run, who show up in here. And I was so happy to see these guys again. Of course, I reread this recently. Let's see. Where are they? They're the Nowhere Corps. See if I can find the page here. Let's see. I know I saw the page here recently. Let's see here. See. Yeah, Nowhere is seen in here, which is actually a creation of Dan Abbott and Lennon. Yeah, this is Nowhere. Yep. First time it's actually appeared in Guardians of the Galaxy, probably in a while. Yeah, I think it appeared maybe once in the previous volume, but yeah. When Dan Abbott and Lennon had the series, that's what they made the base operations off this particular space station. Yeah, that's what they made it. I'm trying to find it here, the Nowhere Corps, if I can show it right in here. There's someplace in here. Let's see here. I know I just saw them in here. I know they're in here. Here they are. Here is the Nowhere Corps. That's them. This is Nowhere Corps. And it's made up of Cosmo the Space Dog. Yeah, he's a Russian dog, speaks telepathically. Bug, making his first appearance since Avengers Assemble. We also have Moondragon. Yeah, that's seriously her name. This is Mantis. Yeah, some people might recognize the name from recent Guardians of the Galaxy film. As for this guy with the hood, I don't really know who he is. It's not said in here. The only reason I recognize the other names is because, well, I've seen it before. This guy I've never seen before. But yeah, Yeah, originally Bug was supposed to be included as part of the Guardians of the Galaxy when Bendis started his run. For some reason, he was dropped from the book for no explained reason, and now he shows up here. Yeah, but it's nice to see these characters again, especially Mantis and Moondragon, Cosmo Spacehawk, who are actually from Dan and Lenny run, though since that run ended, they've very rarely been used. I mean, Mantis made one appearance in the previous line for one issue where she was offered the jewelry to join the Guardians, but she turned it down. Moondragon, first appearance since the Thanos Imperative. Cosmo, he had also appeared recently in the pages of Nova, in, well, 2 volumes ago. Though the series is going to end soon, but yes. Oh yeah, and Peter's and the Spartax people turned against him for, they basically set him up for no reason. Oh yeah, and as far as I know, what happened here at the end with the people, the Guardians don't go back to Spartax at all. As a matter of fact, Spartax is never seen again in Guardians. At all. Though currently, right now, for some stupid reason, I'm not sure why Gary Duggan did this. Oh yeah, he basically reduced the roster to just 5 people. No idea why. Of course, Bendis had to do it because he was leading the book. Basically, the group is currently made up of just, well, Groot, Rocket, Drax, Gamora, and Star-Lord. That's it. Kitty's gone back to the X-Men. Thing is basically, well, Infamous Iron Man, and Venom is just gone. Flash Thompson just disappeared. No explanation. Still, I'm not sure when Costa's going to explain what the heck happened with Venom. But, yeah, this is good. I do recommend it, but I also recommend reading the previous line first. But I also recommend, basically, if you want to start with this Guardians, start with the Alien. Don't, when we look at the all new, all different Marvel Now read order, it says to start with the previous line, which is basically starting off with this trade. No, do not start here. This is not where this incarnation starts. You read The Guardians of the Galaxy by Dan Abnett and Landing 2-volume book. You read that. That's where you... Actually, scratch it. You actually start with Annihilation. That's where you start first. Start with Annihilation, then go Annihilation Conquest, then Guardians. Start where the Cosmic Renaissance started back in 2008. Start there for 2007. Start there first, and then get to... I know it's a lot of comic books, but it's worth it. A lot of really good comics. I'm really bad here. This is still good. I'm hopefully I can get my hands on. Now for the previous volume, I reviewed of the which last had overall 6 trades, which includes the crossover trade. I have reviewed everyone except for Angela and Guardians Assembled. Yeah, all but these 2 right here I've reviewed. But I reviewed this one and I reviewed these 3 down here. I have not reviewed these 2 yet. I'm hoping to get my hands on those 2 trades soon. But yeah, I'm gonna get this 9 out of 10. Okay. Yeah, my Skype is basically bothering me. Anyways, next up is Uncanny Inhumans, Volume 3, Civil War 2. Same kind of reason with Suicide Squad, because this is what the library had. This contains issues 11 to 14 and annual number 1 of Uncanny Inhumans. Yeah. From the Uncanny Inhumans perspective, this picks up right where I believe it was issue 3 left off when, this was just after, actually it was issue 2, where the Inhumans were last seen in the book, basically were asked to leave after Tony Stark basically kidnapped Ulysses. And the 4 issues basically do try to solve the mystery of basically of the whole, they do something, yeah, and this is actually the cover. This is a really cool cover. I gotta praise whoever does this cover. Yeah, issue 11. Carlos Pacheco. Yeah, Carlos Pacheco and Java Chorgili, I think that's how you pronounce the person's name. Yeah, this cover is awesome. Yep. This cover is really, really amazing. Yeah, and during the course of the first couple issues, what are the Humans doing? Now, it is considered on the table that they were going to attack Stark Tower, but a lot of people work there, and they don't want to throw the economy into chaos. They want to drop more enemies to the back. They just want to go after Tony Stark himself. So they attack his warehouses, they attack his houses. They even try to transfer funds from his own personal bank account, all because it's one of their own. Yeah, that's the only reason why. Yeah, and then like halfway through the story, Stark Tower is blown up. No, seriously, it's blown up. And they spent the next 2 issues trying to figure out who does it, who did it, and it was Maximus the Mad, which a lot of people suspect it was. Lucky enough, Charles Schultz didn't pull people's legs. Oh yeah, it was this guy. But here's the thing: Maximus did do it, but he was asked by Triton, the Inhuman, basically, who has to require a special apparatus. He's kind of like, you know how the other character Abe Sapien from Hellboy, he's kind of similar to that, except this guy is just a little more arrogant. Now Shaw himself has barely used his character, revealing that he was the one who masterminded this whole thing. Well, he's the one who asked the divorce to happen. It's a bit out of place, anyways, but it kind of does make sense because, well, Shaw has barely used them. Out of all the Royal Inhumans, the only ones he used pretty much all of them except for this one. Half the time, this is what happens with this one character. Let me show you what it looks like. Yeah. Where are you? Yeah, this is him. Yeah, that's what he looks like. Yeah, the reason why he has the breathing thing on him because, well, he's a water Inhuman. Yes. But I know some people don't like the fact the Inhumans are basically Marvel's trying to get them to replace the X-Men, which I do kind of agree it's kind of a dumb, but I like what Shoal's doing with the Inhumans. He's done a great job. It's just too bad the series just had to end after only 20 issues and 1 annual. As for the annual itself, this annual kind of takes place before the series, from what I remember when this annual came out last year. Yeah. Yeah, it shows off this one character who appeared in the Free Comic Day issue. This actor, what is his name? I have to look him up here. His name is Aja Roy. Yeah, this is what he looks like. Apparently, he's a wood Inhuman. He basically, his whole skin turned to wood. And when he became an Inhuman, he looked like this. Yep. How did he get chiseled down? Well, they show that. I'm like, okay, that's actually quite ingenious. The fact that he actually did that. So, at least, because, well, I guess he still needs a job and he's to have good looks, so he chisels himself down from a gross looking thing to something a little more nicer. Which, yeah. And as far as I can tell, Shoal does write the annual as well. Now, Chris Pacheco does the first 3 issues in here with Kim Janko, who does issues 13 and 14. Kev Walker does the annual. None of the issues are bad. I don't know why Tibby never got a chance to read this series, but I really enjoy it. And this is just a continuation of Charles Soule's Inhuman run. Inhuman series, which was abruptly canceled after only 14 issues and 1 annual. Yep. But this is still good. I do recommend this basically people who actually read Civil War 2. This does tie into Civil War 2, and it actually picks up right where it initially leaves off. And yeah, basically the only books that kind of count towards Civil War 2 is this book, Iron Man. That's Invincible Iron Man. And I think, if I remember, I think it's, well, Spider-Man definitely, because that ties into what goes on in there. And I think that's it. Just those 3 books. No one's I can think of anyways. Shaw, I don't think he minded, basically, from what I can tell. I don't think he minded tying into Civil War 2. As long as he can tell a good story, okay, fine. But he does a great job with this. I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. Alright, that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode, which is episode 395 and Doubleshot number 318. Okay? But until then, I will see you there. Bye. Excuse me.